Prior to Northwoods, we had records everywhere, and it was so aggravating. We had to get, especially as a supervisor, you would have to, anytime a client would call and they would be upset about something, you would have to get up and go to the worker's office, try to find that record. Maybe you could find it at the moment right when you needed it. And the same for the workers. Client calls them to report an address change or to report an income change. They're stressing because they can't find the record. And you just got stacks of records everywhere.
A worker had already left for the day, so of course this client was not, in my alphabet. So I had to go in her office and actually search for the folder itself. And it was very, very time consuming to actually, try to find, because it wasn't always on the shelf. It could have been on her desk somewhere, and, you're having to fumble through everything to try to find it. And we're trying to get the clients in and out as quick as possible. So, you're also having to make the client wait out in the lobby where you're trying to locate this folder. And then it's also putting you behind because it's taking you longer to actually be able to get the client in and get them out.
I love my paper record. I thought I had to have my paper, so I was probably one of the ones, and I was the food stamp supervisor at the time, was very reluctant to want to go to a new program where I didn't have that paper, and I was so used to it, felt so comfortable with it.
Whenever anybody goes into a change and something new, everybody panics. I panicked. All my coworkers panicked. But after we were able to get into it and we had the guidance from Northwoods, we were actually able to see that it was so much more beneficial to our agency and to our clients, and definitely to our workload. Before, it was just scanned in as you received it by date. So you never knew, for example, if I was looking for a shelter expense, I never knew what page that shelter expense was going to be on. Now I can go in here and I can pull the tab or hit the tab for expense, and there it is. So you're definitely saving a lot of time, not having to fumble through.
And since the implementation of Northwoods, we just cannot stress enough how much we love it. Like I said, and coming from somebody that didn't think we would, I can't say enough good about it. We're actually able to provide better service for our clients because we can look into the Compass system and know what's going on. Everything is right there at our fingertips, no matter what program it is. The client turns in or provides information for wages for one program, it's all in the system. The worker doesn't have to get up and ask a worker, did a client provide you wages from a job? You can look in the system and see for yourself without actually having to get up and go, talk with the workers about it.
Especially with the implementation of NC-FAS. I cannot imagine having to go through and look for the paper documents as universal workers too. Now, with being a universal worker, you've got to have it's got to be hands-on those documents immediately for those clients. The other counties, it would just make their life so much easier and their job so much easier if they could go to a paperless system like Compass.
I cannot stress enough how it has helped our workload, and the workers become more comfortable with NC-FAS.
I cannot think of one negative thing about this document system.